evening, you're watching the news from the Sultan of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a cable of greetings from the Inspector General of Police and Customs on the occasion of the Royal Oman Police Day. And the UN Secretary General calls again for an immediate ceasefire in Libya and a return to talks by all the warring parties. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander, has received a cable of greetings from His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Mohsen Al-Shariki, Inspector General of Police and Customs, on the occasion of the Royal Oman Police Day, held annually on the 5th of January. In his cable, His Excellency the Inspector General of Police and Customs said that he is honoured, along with affiliates of the Royal Oman Police, to forward to His Majesty's greetings and best wishes on this occasion, requesting Almighty to renew this and many other happy occasions, while His Majesty is enjoying good health, further happiness, and Oman and its people with continued prosperity and growth. His Excellency the Inspector General of Police and Customs prayed to Allah the Almighty to endow His Majesty with good health and happiness for years to come. AIM Security and Service Achievements, Royal Oman Police celebrates tomorrow, Sunday, its annual day, which falls on the 5th of January every year. Royal Oman Police has become a central partner in the comprehensive development in the country and an integrated security and social organisation with a high level of efficiency and performance. It interacts and coordinates with different bodies in the country in various aspects. It seeks with devotion to provide all services utilising all its material and human capabilities to achieve this goal. In recognition of its personnel's sacrifice and tireless efforts to protect and security and stability of Oman and its people, ROP has been accorded great care and attention by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander, during the years of the Blessed Renaissance. This has great impact on upgrading its performance and keeping pace with the requirements of each phase of the Blessed Renaissance. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called again for an immediate ceasefire in Libya and a return to talks by all the warring parties. The UN chief warned in a statement from his deputy spokesman that any foreign support to the warring parties will only deepen the ongoing conflict and further complicate efforts to reach a peaceful and comprehensive political solution. The comments followed Thursday's authorized by Turkey's parliament to deploy troops to Libya to support the UN-backed government in Tripoli that is battling forces loyal to a rival government seeking to capture the capital. Libya has been in turmoil since a civil war in 2011 toppled Muammar Gaddafi, who was later killed. In the chaos that followed, the country was divided, with a weak UN-supported administration in Tripoli overseeing the country's west and a rival government in the east, aligned with the Libyan National Army led by General Khalifa Haftar, each supported by an array of militia and government forces. Landslides and floods triggered by torrential downpours have left at least 53 people dead in and around Indonesia's capital, as rescuers struggle to search for people apparently buried under tons of mud. Monsoon rains and rising rivers submerged a dozen districts in the greater Jakarta area, home to about 30 million, and caused landslides that buried at least a dozen people. National Disaster Mitigation Agency spokesman said that fatalities included those who had been drowned or electrocuted since rivers broke their banks early Wednesday after extreme torrential rain hit on New Year's Eve. It is the worst flooding in the area since 2007, when 80 people were killed over 10 days. Indonesian President Joko Widodo has announced a plan to move the country's capital to Borneo Island to take pressure off Jakarta, which suffers from some of the world's worst traffic jams and is fast sinking due to excessive groundwater extraction. Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison has called up about 3,000 river cysts as the threat of wildfires has escalated in at least 3 states. He said 23 deaths have been confirmed so far this summer, including 2 today, and Australia is facing another extremely difficult next 24 hours. Morrison also confirmed his scheduled visits to India and Japan later this month have been postponed. New South Wales Premier said her state was facing another terrible day and called on people in areas threatened by the fires to leave while they can. Meanwhile, a leading atmospheric scientist has warned that extreme weather events will continue in Australia if the government does not reduce the burning of fossil fuels. Professor Michael Main of Pennsylvania State University, who is visiting Australia to study links between global warming and extreme weather, said the deadly wildfires that are raging the country are without doubt an impact of climate change. Still to come in our news bulletin. With wide participation of camel breeders, the 6th Hamra al-Durua Festival for Camel Beautification concluded in the Wilaya of Ibri. Welcome back to the news from the Sultan of Oman television. The foreign assets at Central Bank of Oman increased, exceeding the level of 6 billion Omani riyals at the end of October 2019, recording an increase by around 3% compared to the same period in 2018. As per the preliminary data issued by the National Centre for Statistics and Information, the total traded cash decreased at the end of October last year by 1.5% compared to the same period in 2018. The local liquidity recorded more than 17.5 billion Omani riyals at the end of October. The economy revenue from olive oil in the Niabat of Jabal al-Akhtar reached around 160,000 Omani riyals last year. The production quantity was recorded at more than 60 tons, while the extracted oil reached more than 8,000 litres. The seasonal production of olive oil in 2019, which witnessed good production quantities, achieving economic value for the olive farmers who extracted their oil at mills owned by the government and private sector. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth pointed out that the number of olive trees in Al-Jabal al-Akhtar reached 15,000. The Camel Beauty Festival competition concluded at Camel Racing Track in Niaba of Hamra al-Durua in the Wilaya of Ibri. More than 1,000 camels took part in the contest from the Sultanate and GCC countries. It comprised of 50 rounds this season. The festival included the performance of Omani traditional singing arts and a handicraft exhibition. The conclusion ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Fataizi, Minister of Transport. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low cloud and fog late at night and early morning over the coast of the Arabian Sea. Cloudy skies with chances of intermittent drizzle are expected over the governorates of Dhofar, Worcester and South Sharqiya. Winds will be easterly to southeasterly light to moderate, and seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a cable of greetings from the Inspector General of Police and Customs on the occasion of the Royal Oman Police Day. And the UN Secretary General calls again for an immediate ceasefire in Libya and a return to talks by all the warring parties. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studio, it's good night.